Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It was like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, if you guys was watching the last video, you got the last top of the blogs, because this is probably in the future when you're watching this. If it is indeed in the future, you go back and watch and you'll know that I went to a retirement party for my director. Okay, so now this video here, I'm just getting back from the retirement party. You see my lipstick is all ate off. I look a little fuller. I'm a little bit more, relaxed and things. The party was very nice. It was sad. I felt like I wanted to cry, but I didn't. I held strong, you guys. But I really am going to miss my director more than I thought. More than I thought. Okay, you guys, enough of that. That's not why you came. First story up. Let's see. Ray J went on to Cam Newton's Freaky Friday show, his podcast show. Ray J was on there for somewhere short of 3 hours, about 2 hours and 36 minutes of just a whole bunch of Ray J. I was able to get through maybe about 50 minutes. I felt like I got the gist. I felt like anything that was coming after them 50 minutes was just going to be a whole bunch of full of fucking niggatry that I did not have time for. And I stopped watching. But yeah, out of those 50 minutes, I'm going to tell you what I got. Ray J is a smart person. When you listen to him talk, you can tell that Ray J is not stupid. Okay, he actually is very smart. He's calculated. And I feel like what Ray J was trying to tell Cam Newton in that interview in a real wild and roundabout way was basically, I do all of these things on purpose so that my analytics and my impressions and all of my things run up. That makes me more money. He basically said, everything I do affects my sales, and that's all I care about. That's why I do the things. And when things happen, his team knows that if he turns it up, that means more money for them. If he's chilling, people are not thinking about Raycon or Raycon Global or whatever it's called, Raycon Enterprises or whatever, So, if you can get through all of the bullshit and just all of the attention seeking that Ray J does, he's actually very smart because he's telling us that he knows what he's doing. It's the same thing with like Kanye. If you were really to sit down and get Kanye to just stop being how he is, and if he really did just explain to us like why he does what he does, I bet you a lot of it would just be because he wants more attention. He wants more impressions of people coming in and seeing what he's doing to purchase his things. The interview was funny to me though, because I felt like Ray J was getting on Cam Newton's nerves. Now I don't really know I don't know his personality because I have literally never really sat and watched any of his, except for when they had the doctor lady on there, and even then I didn't watch the whole thing. Okay, so I'm not familiar with his personality and his way of being, but it sure did seem like he was so short with Ray J. Like he just really didn't have patience for Ray J. And it was funny to me because I felt like Cam was, I almost felt like he felt offended by Ray J because every now and then Ray J would laugh at Cam while Cam was just sitting there looking at him. And, Ray J would just break out with this like, well, you serious, huh? You serious? That was crazy. But I think that the fact that Ray J was kind of laughing at Cam, and cause Cam was in his whole journalistic type of way, the way that Ray J was laughing at Cam, I think Cam actually took some offense to that. But anyway, Ray J really honestly is not crazy. Ray J is calculated, he's intentional, and he is, he's just told us that he will pretty much do anything for money, okay? I do believe that there is some stress, if that's the word that you want to use, with his family, between him and Brandy. I think Brandy is completely over Ray J and all of his antics. because they always, and she always gets looped in because she's his brother. I mean, she's his sister, but I do believe that there is some strife in the family, and that is part of the reason why Ray J is acting out between his family, his mom, his dad, and his sister, and then also between what's going on with Princess and those kids, So I feel like when he's out of sync with his family, that's when we get the Ray J that is what's going on now. Now, Ray J behaves to me like a person that is, just like he said, he stays up for like 4 and 5 days. You can tell he has that manic, real wound up way. And maybe it is from drugs. Like when I watched this interview, I didn't feel like Ray J was on drugs, and I didn't feel like he was drunk. Okay. I think that Ray J is just that person that will do pretty much anything, to get the look, to get the view, to get that attention. But yeah, he is not crazy. I know all of the things that he's doing, him getting up and, telling Cam that people is after him, and, him going, acting like he's talking to people over here and doing all, like, Ray J, all of that is an act. Like, I feel like all of that is an act. I sometimes do feel like Ray J be like on drugs or drinking and shit when he be doing, but today I didn't feel like, that interview, I didn't feel like that's where it was. I just felt like Ray just, first of all, he needs to take his ass to sleep. Okay, get you some rest, because that brain is overworked, that body is overworked, and he be out here just wilding. But interesting. The interview was interesting. Like, if you can get through all of the Ray J isms, the interview was interesting. I'll tell you, I did not know that that whole story about Whitney Houston. See, I always have. It's weird because when we found out that Whitney Houston had died originally, we knew the story. She died in the bathtub, and that was that. Then afterwards, that's when I started hearing the stories about Ray J was there, and they were supposed to be, seeing each other at the time and stuff. And Ray J got inserted. But I do believe that at the very beginning when it all happened, we knew that Ray J wasn't there. But I kind of think that it got in the legend of the story, I think that like he said, there was a person named Ray that picked her, that found her. So people just said, and then the news said Ray J. And so then that's where we've all decided that it was Ray J. But I do think I remember back then Ray J was nowhere around. So it was interesting when he said, I've never spoke on it. He said, but people do come up to me, people do say in my comments all the time, like, you killed Whitney. Okay. And he was like, and do you know how that feel? And I was like, yeah, that is, now that, when he said that, I was like, yeah, I can imagine that would be a lot, because, Whitney was well loved. And for you to always have to see people saying that you killed Whitney, and we still don't, even though we still don't understand the nature of their relationship. I mean, he said that they were about to start dating. We did start to see Whitney and Ray J together around that time. Maybe for about a year, we had started seeing them hanging out together. So, I mean, I don't think he's lying about that, but, he said that he didn't do drugs with Whitney. I don't know. What did you guys think about that? I mean, we know what Whitney did, so, I mean, we not being disrespectful or nothing, but that weekend especially, we know that Whitney was blitzed out of her mind, and so when he talked about that and he said that he wasn't even there and he was in a whole completely different place, I was like, oh, maybe we do kind of owe Ray a little apology here and there, because I mean, that could be kind of trauma. I mean, that's you shouldn't be getting blamed for killing somebody, and especially a person that you loved, So I can imagine, so I kind of understood some of the things that he was saying. I understood him talking about, I mean, it felt like we talk. It's like we deep nigga talk, but basically Ray J was basically saying he does everything that he does is just for his company. And when he wants to run up impressions, or if he wants to run up, traffic to any of his businesses, then that's when he does what he does. And Cam Newton's show was just another example of, him doing that. So I don't know, you guys. All these damn shows. I mean, I guess I'm not mad. But yeah, did you guys watch the interview For those of you guys who watched the whole thing, you guys let us know what else he talked about in that. But I can't imagine sitting and talking to Ray J for no 2 hours and 36 minutes. Okay, I know Cam was completely over it by the time it was over, because even during the interview, he was just like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, Ray J wanted him to stop the interview. He wanted to go shake him off the camera and show him stuff and do all this. And Cam was just like, what is going on? But I thought it was so funny that Ray J just kept on laughing at him, like, over and over. And that shit, he was like, nigga, you real serious, huh? Like, look at you, you're a journalist, huh? I'm a journalist, too. I was cracking. That Ray J is funny. Anyway, you guys, y'all let me know if you saw the video. Oh my God, now you talking about being hot. Lord. Y'all let me know if you saw the video and what you thought about it, and I'm gonna move on to the next story. Okay, y'all, Glorilla. Mama named her Gloria Hallelujah Woods. Is it Woods? I think it's Woods. Don't quote me. I didn't write it down. Anyway, you guys, while Glorilla was performing at the WNBA All-Star game in Indianapolis, Indiana, there were 3 gentlemen who were breaking into her home here in Atlanta. Well, she lived, I think they said, in Forsyth County, so I don't know what city it might be in Forsyth County. But anyway, 3 guys attempted to break into her house while she was gone. Now, there was somebody there at the house. Either somebody was there at the house or somebody came to the house, but they must have seen on the security cameras some people trying to go in there. So the person went and shot at the intruders. The intruders ended up turning around and running off. Okay, and then that person who shot at them called the police. Well, when the police came and they're taking the report for the robbery, they're in her bedroom and they smell a loud scent of marijuana. And so, of course, they checked the closet and they found marijuana in there. They said a very large amount of, a felony amount of marijuana in her closet. This was early on Sunday morning, like about 1:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. So, yeah, they ended up arresting her, putting out a warrant for arrest. So she ended up, when she got back from Indianapolis, she turned herself in. And then they let her out on bond, $22,260 bond, and I guess she's gonna have to go back to court and whatever. But yeah, you guys, Glorilla's not happy about that. She feels like even though she's the victim, she's being treated as the suspect because they found this weed in her house. Okay, she's like, how is it that somebody breaking my house and I'm the person that's getting arrested? Well, because marijuana's not legal here, Glorilla. Okay, but then now people are starting to say, like, is it fair that when the police come to your house and they did not have a warrant or a reason to be there, is it fair for them to arrest you if they find something illegal? Okay, because it's your private property and they shouldn't be in there anyway. But then, you've broken a law, and it's like, you can't have a dead body in your house and then the police come in there and ignore it because that's not why they was there for, Of course, if they see a dead body, now we got an investigation and it might be murder, So the same with the drugs in the closet. So maybe, girl, you couldn't find a container. Maybe because who wants their bedroom smelling like weed anyway? Maybe Glorilla need to get her a weed person, and maybe she just needs to relocate that outside of her bedroom and maybe have it somewhere else. Okay, Glorilla is now considered an A-list celebrity, right? So now it's time for Glorilla, girl. Now you're gonna have to start operating as A-list people. You're gonna have to get the weed carriers for you. You're gonna have to get the people that do all that for you, and maybe relocate the marijuana somewhere else. Okay, all right. But our girl is good. She said that she gonna do what she need to do, take care of it. But I don't want Glorilla to keep getting in trouble over these drugs, because this she done got she had a DUI and now we've got this. Okay, so Glorilla's team, let's have a meeting about what we gonna do about this marijuana and the drinking. Okay, all right. Next story. Speaking of the WNBA, you guys, did you see that yesterday at the game between the Atlanta Dream and who are they playing? The Golden State Valkyries. Child, we got less than a minute left in the game. It's 75-75. I mean, it is tense. It is, you guys know how it is, right? How about somebody throws a damn lime green dildo out there on the court? And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, such a distraction. Okay? And just such silly, stupid thing. Like, who did that? We couldn't see who did it. I don't know if they caught the person that did it, but I was like, I guess as WNBA gets bigger and bigger and more people start to come, and it's going to be things that happen like that. Okay. Hopefully it won't be happening often, because how embarrassing is it to see a damn, and at the WNBA games, there'd be a lot of kids there, because a lot of women bring their kids to those games. So, you don't want no damn dildo jumping and popping across across the floor. The police came out there and picked it up with a towel. But yeah, that's just. But yeah, I do kind of feel like, with the WNBA growing, probably they're going to have more and more instances of things like, shit happening. You guys saw the other day that one of the basketball players, I think she also played for the Atlanta Dream, that her wig got pulled off. I was just like, I don't know why these basketball players be playing in them wigs. I mean, I know you can get your wig down good and have it glued down and, but playing with all that hair with a wig, like, girl, maybe you might need to get a weave if you still want to make sure you have all your hair. But I would not chance it with no wig, honey. I'd have to have this shit tied down, have a little skull cap on, and call it a day. After all that, and we all got a good giggle and people was disgusted or whatever, then the Atlanta Dream went on to lose the game, 75-77. Next story. So they say that your boy Tyrese Gibson owes his ex-wife, Samantha Gibson. Well, he doesn't owe her. He owes her lawyers somewhere around $500,000 in lawyers' fees that he was demanded to pay back when they got divorced in 2020. It is here now, 2025. And Tyrese has not paid the $500,000. Well, actually, it is $492,651.99 in lawyer fees. Okay. That is not surprising, because we know that Tyrese has been locked in battle with his second wife that he's been in a divorce. I mean, I think they got their divorce. I think it was finalized. But he's been going through that with the second wife, so maybe he just ain't had time to write the check for $492,651.99. You know what? Just make it $492,652. Okay? 1,000. Thank you. But I'm not surprised, because, Tyrese was like, I'm not even paying my second wife in all of the stuff, that they trying to make me pay and do. So I know he wasn't going to be trying to pay with that first one either. Remember all of the problems that he used to have with the first wife? I guess they done finally figured it out. But the name of the law firm was called the Glorilla Law Firm. And they said they have been asking, this is now the fourth time. They said to pay them and to pay Bloom Lines Alexander, or they want the judge to hold Tyrese in contempt of court, and they want him to be thrown in jail. They were married back in 2017 and divorced in 2020, and it seems like it was so much longer ago when those two were together. But yeah, it hasn't even been 10 years. And I was like, dang, it seems like it was a long time ago. I remember seeing that they said that they get along fine now. I don't know how possible that is with the damn Tyrese, but she said that, I remember seeing that they get him and the first wife get along better. Maybe better is a better word than now. But, he ain't paid them lawyers. Tyrese say he ain't paying the $5. All right, you guys, next story. Mary J Blige has requested that the judge drop Misa Hilton's lawsuit. Now, just in case you don't remember that lawsuit, you guys, there is a rapper named Botto. And he is a Harlem rapper. And apparently Misa Hilton had him, and she was grooming him, and she was trying to get him prepared so that he can become, a rapper that some label would want to would want to sign. I guess she was kind of acting as a manager for him. And she says that Mary came in, blindsided her, and stole Botto away from her and enticed him over to her label. So maybe Misa had a label. I don't know if she had a label, but Mary has a label. So she said that he enticed her She enticed him to come over to her label, and now Misa is out of, you know, her artist that she was counting on managing and getting money from. I guess he has like some deals or whatever. Mary said that the accusations are meritless and blatantly frivolous. She also wants the judge to impose financial sanctions on Misa and her lawyers for it. Hurt my heart to see that Mary and Misa are fighting like this, and especially over a guy. Everybody is telling me that they are fighting over him and they probably both was messing with him. I have never seen the guy, so I don't know. But, I mean, I guess that is a story that could be feasible, but I sure hate to see, you know, girls that have been homegirls for years and years and years for them to fall out already. But, you know, it kind of make you feel like that whole, you know, that whole group of people over there. It's like a lot of stuff going on over there, and probably a lot of friendships breaking up, a lot of relationships, friendships, you know, and not just intimate relationships, but like business relationships, and a lot of them things is probably getting broken up after this puppy trial anyway. So it don't look like they're gonna make up, but maybe, you know, Mary could just slide Misa a few dollars. Maybe Misa money just a little thin. You know, Misa, I mean, maybe she hasn't been as busy. You know, Puffy's in jail, so he ain't been able to help Misa like, well, I think Puffy was helping her, but then they had fallen out and he had stopped. But then I think they had made up, and maybe he had started up again. Child, I don't know. But anyway, I need Mary and Misa to get it together. Okay? All right, next story. Y'all thought we was going to get through a video without having to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, but you are mistaken. So, Kenya. They say that Kenya owes Backpay rent. Okay? And I was like, Lord, what is it with the housewives? They cannot pay their damn rent. Now, what I read was that her landlord is accusing her of not paying her rent for 6 months. Okay, and that was from December of 2024 to April of 2025. December, I think, is that around the time? I kind of feel like that's around the time when everything happened with Britt at the hair salon. Okay, but I might be mistaken, but I kind of feel like it was around the end of the year last year, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was the summer of last year, so maybe I still might be wrong. But anyway, December to April, she had not paid rent, and that totaled $21,897.40. Now, Kenya has countered with her own, and damn it, I gotta remember. So, Kenya, so the landlords was complaining that Kenya was not paying the rent, and that also her spa was always closed, or it wasn't ever fully functionable. Like every time people would come, they would say that this service wasn't available, you know, this person wasn't there, they had empty stations, and so there were issues, I guess, that the landlord had with what she had going on with the spa to begin with. Now, Kenya apparently has countersued. I don't know what the amount is for, but Kenya was saying that there were problems with the building and the problems with what the landlord had said they were going to do with the building that they had not done. Okay, and so they were having issues going back and forth and all this. So now Kenya just decided that she was not going to be paying rent anymore, and now we have this lawsuit. You know, I just surely hate that all this is happening. You know, Kenya told us basically that she put all of her life savings into this salon, and she was like, the spa has to work because that has all of my money in it, you know. And so now to know that her beautiful spa, at least from what we can tell, you know, but everybody that's been there that I know, they said like it's so nice to see from the outside. It's just always closed. But, you know, I just hate that she used all her money and then, you know, it's not working. I wonder if, you know, it just makes you wonder, like, when they have the money from what they were, you know, money from when they were on the shows from years prior, it's like, did you spend all of your money, or is it just something that she just decided she just was not putting her money into that anymore? Okay, like, you just don't want to keep on paying for something that's bullshit, you know, that I understand that too. So, but yeah, Kenya's not having a good time right now, you know. I know that she is really banking on getting that contract for the show now, Really, really so, because, you know, it kind of feels like maybe there might be some financial strain, you know, because she was used to having her income, having her income at a certain, having her income in a certain way, and now, you know, she's scrambling. So I know that she's hoping that she can get another contract, even as a friend of the show, because maybe she can get enough to just take care of that damn bill if it, you know, if it finds that she has to pay that. But it's tough times, you guys. But not to say she might have the money, but like I said, you just don't want to be emptying your money into some shit that's not right, you know. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But do you guys think that they're gonna bring Kenya back onto Real Housewives of Atlanta? Okay, she did drop that tea the other day, as after she had done apologize and apologize and apologize and apologize. Like, I feel like Kenya has really, she's never apologized like this before, you know. So she really wants that job back. I hope they bring her back. I hope they bring her back. Like, just count 16. Let's just take it off the board and bring her back, okay? And let's get a show. We'll see what happens. I would like to see Kenya and K Michelle together, though. So if Kay is really the person that's coming, I'm looking forward to seeing it. What you guys think about all that? Anybody got a little extra to throw Kenya's way? If you do, I'm sure she'll take it. All right, you guys, that is it. I had one other thing. Liam Nielsen and Pamela Anderson are dating, just in case y'all wanted to know that. Okay. Actually, I think they look really good together. Pamela, you know, I know she's on this whole thing where she don't wear her makeup and stuff no more and all. She looks good, but she can put her makeup back on now. We got the point. Remember when Alicia Keys was going around without no makeup all the time? We was like, girl, we got to look at this one pimple on your cheek one more time, girl. We got it. Go on and just put the makeup back on. It's okay. But anyway, let me get on off of here, you guys. Now, listen, I'm going to be on vacation, right? So I won't be on Top of the Blog. Not Top of the Blog. I won't be on... well, we don't have no videos, so I'm going to be off for a week. So you guys won't see me again until next Top of the Blogs. But y'all keep on checking on Instagram, you know, because Rocky will still be giving y'all little some. It's our 27th anniversary on the 1st, and then it's Mr.'s birthday, 55th birthday on the 2nd. It's my dad's 87th birthday on the 2nd. And then it's my niece's birthday on the 3rd. Like, we have a lot of birthdays, a lot of celebrations around this time. When we first got married, it was so much of a celebratory time. It was just such a happy time. It was birthdays and fun and celebrate, just good memories. But anyway, yeah, 27 whole years with old boy. I guess I'll take him for 27 more. Happy birthday to him and my dad. All right, and that's that. Y'all go on and wish the boys a happy birthday, and I'm going to get on off of here. We do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars.